Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay, then. Hello, everyone. Also live streaming on YouTube and everyone that is being part of this event. Welcome to the discussion panel, Green Ideas Contents in the Region, part of the regional conference Transition to Green Economy, organized by the amazing One Smart Collective. Thank you very much for the panelists that are here today with us and also for the guests. I am Shpa Mustafa, Project Coordinator at Balkan Green Foundation. Together with me here are the following guests as panelists that are going to be part of the discussion panel. Mrs. Biljana Dekic-Dorkevic from the Track Foundation, Mrs. Konstantina Karuti from Partners Albania for Change and Development, Mrs. Irina Janevska from Organization for Social Innovation, ORNO, which means good in Macedonian, and Mrs. Adela Ramic from Mosaic Foundation. This panel is called Green Ideas Contents in the Region, and we're going to speak about the Balkan Green Ideas Initiative project, which is implemented since 2012, first under the name Philanthropy for Green Ideas and now known as Balkan Green Ideas, which is implemented in Western Balkan 6 countries and Greece with the general support of Rockefeller Brothers Fund, and this year supported also by the Erasmus Plus program. The panelists that are here today with us are our partners from one of the Western Balkan 6 countries, the representatives from Serbia, North Macedonia, Albania, and Bosnia and Herzegovina. They will present their work and how together we have changed the region for good. So I would like to start with a presentation about the general concept of the Balkan Green Ideas project, and then we can continue with the panel discussion and questions from the audience. Balkan Green Ideas is a project implemented by Balkan Green Foundation. So to start, who is Balkan Green Foundation? We are a regional non-governmental organization that promotes inclusive and equitable progress in the Western Balkans within the sustainable development domain. Together, we are with our partners, as the ones that are here today, from different parts of the Western Balkans, we place a strong focus on advocating for solutions that promote development policies aligned with world's latest development, global challenges, and also the national agendas of the Western Balkan countries for EU integration of this region. Our work is done within 3 programs: regional cooperation, social innovation, sustainable development. And for starting with the Balkan Green Ideas, I would like to start with a video, first of all, that we have prepared for the Balkan Green Ideas, and then we can continue with some other data about the project. So to continue more about the Balkan Green Idea, Balkan Green Ideas is a program, project implemented annually, but a program of the Balkan Green Foundation, and also supported and cooperated with the other organizations that supports the development of local and sustainable small green ideas in the Balkans. BGI aims to stimulate and encourage innovation for green ideas while engaging local communities to generate green businesses that utilize local resources and community-based markets. The program is providing financial support and targeted assistance to selected ideas and businesses that are providing innovative solutions and contribute to the achievement of the 7 Sustainable Development Goals presented in the video, as you have seen, in the region of Western Balkans and Greece. Competition is targeting green ideas in the early stage of development. We target ideas that are not older than 3 years and not having more than 20,000 euros annual profit. So we try to support these ideas, this project, and the idea should satisfy the criteria as shown on the slide. So on the environmental sustainability, economic viability, and innovative approach, valuable social impact, and relies primarily upon local resources by employing local people and utilizing traditional skills. We organize the Balkan Green Ideas on the region of Western Balkan and Greece, and by supporting innovative local sustainable economic development initiative, Balkan Green Ideas aims to sustainably contribute to building a peaceful, competitive, resilient, and prosperous Balkans. So Balkan Green Foundation, in implementing the Balkan Green Ideas project, cooperated with 7 organizations as known as national leads, national partners of the Balkan Green Ideas. The partners are the Partners Albania for Change and Development in Albania, Mosaic Foundation in Bosnia and Herzegovina, Human Rights 360 and Higgs in Greece, Lands in Kosovo, FACT in Montenegro, Arno in North Macedonia, and Track Foundation in Serbia. But how does the project get implemented annually, and what is the procedure for the activities of the project? First, we start with the national competition. The national competition are open in each participating country and are open between 30 and 60 days. Training and workshops are also included and are organized to help potential applicants to prepare their applications for the national competitions. The national finals, or as we call also the demo day, are organized where shortlisted finalists are pitching their ideas in front of the national jury. And a total of 3 winning ideas per country get selected to compete at the regional competition. National leads are selecting at least 1 competitor in 2 lots that we call, Green Ideas Concept and also Green Idea Advanced. Then comes the regional competition, which gathers the best 3 national finalists from each country, so 21 finalists for the regional competition, and they compete in front of an international jury consisting of policymakers, investors, and different entrepreneurs. The regional competition each year is hosted by different national lead, and it's a 3-day event where the competitors are attending different educational seasons, as well as pitching session and the gala ceremony where the winners are selected. Each year, the international jury selected 3 best green ideas, which the advanced winners and the 2 green ideas concept winners. Advanced winners are receiving awards of $10,000 each, and the concept winners are receiving awards of $5,000 each. And all of it ends with the mentoring and assistance phase, where in addition to the financial support that we provide to the winners of the regional competition, they receive also technical assistance in formal mentorship sessions. Mentors have been delegated by national leads and are dedicated to support selected winners to further develop their ideas in the next month. But also you can see the timeline of the organizing of the Balkan Green Ideas. This year it has changed. We will have the regional competition in October with the possibility of the Balkan Green Idea happening before it. But was the Balkan Green Ideas, if it was not mentioned in the previous slide, and also we saw it on the video, it is a project of the Balkan Green Foundation in cooperation with the national leads that started last year, and we are trying to make it annually as well, is a 1 week long program consisting of modules that cover 3 main pillars: policy making, society, and economy. And the academy uses a cross-sectoral and transdisciplinary approach, encouraging in-depth knowledge building, and at the same time combining models that will explore the policy perspective, economical business approach, and society impact. It tends to help the winners of the regional competition or the winners of the national competition to further develop the ideas and to be prepared for further challenges that they could meet in their project implementation. The ability fund of $40,000 is distributed to a maximum of 5 regional winners each year. Depending on the available financial means, the international jury members are selecting 3 winners in the Green Ideas Advance lot, where each one of them is awarded with $10,000, and 2 winners in the Green Ideas Concept lot, where each one of them is awarded with $5,000. If we can discuss it in numbers, up until this year, excluding this year's number, we have had 43 demo days organized in the national competition, 132 green finalists selected for the regional competition, and 25 green ideas supported. I thank everyone for your attention. If you have any question, please leave them on the comments or in the chat if you're in the Zoom, and we'll answer them during the discussion. So I will stop sharing. Thank you, everyone. Now we can start with a panel discussion. As mentioned also and told before, I would like to start with the national lead from Serbia, Mrs. Biljana Dakic-Dortlevic from Track Foundation. Is everything ready, Mrs. Biljana?
Yes, of course. Thank you, Spent. Well, thank you for making the presentation of the overall program for the region. We are very happy as a Track Foundation to be a national partner since the very beginning of the program back in 2012, when the first competition was held, I believe, in Montenegro. That was sometime before I even joined myself the Track Foundation. But I have really had the pleasure to personally participate in all of the national, of course, and regional competitions ever since 2015, and to witness the evolvement of the program and its adjustment to also the changing scene in the region. I would just briefly like to share not the presentation, but something which is more to be a type of illustration of the work we're doing. I hope you see the screen. This has been our, let's say, the visual identity of the Green Ideas program in Serbia since a few years ago. Once we did the overall redesign, not only of the visuals, but more specifically of the selection methods and the type of target groups we are focused on. Since you already described in detail what are the purposes of the program, I think it's very important to mention the fact that the support to the green economy on the one hand and social entrepreneurship on the other hand is still very weak in the region and insufficient, I would say. In Serbia, definitely this is the case in the fact that there are few large-scale international programs which are supporting the efforts of the government and the wider business sector to transfer more towards the green economy. However, some of these grassroots, locally based, community-led initiatives to the largest extent are being put under the radar. So in this regard, not only that this was the first program of this kind in Serbia, and I would dare argue also in the wider region, but I would say that to this very day, it remains one of the one of the very few that supports the efforts of the green entrepreneurs in areas which are not so, let's say, popular in terms of, be it either various technological solutions, be it some creative industry outputs, etc. So a lot of our programs are actually related to the issues that support the development of local agriculture, local tourism, protection of local cultural heritage, local educational initiatives, etc. However, we do witness ourselves in the few recent years an effort to support more initiatives that are related to the, let's say, development of IT solutions and digital platforms to deliver the various services or conduct e-commerce activities, etc., etc. This is just a snapshot of our program in the last 9 years. I'm very, very happy to say that actually yesterday we completed the national forum for this year, and now we have 3 new winners to compete in the regional Balkan Green Ideas competition that you mentioned will take place in the autumn. So during this period, if my maths is not mistaken, we have awarded as many as 27 national awards. There was also one special award during that time, and we were very successful, especially in the early phases of the program, to win regional competitions. So to this day, we accumulated 6 regional awards, which actually provided to our recipients not only the opportunity to receive extra financial support available at the regional level, but also basically to exchange more and get more exposure to their regional counterparts, receive additional mentorship, create additional business connections, and simply be able to invest more in their developing businesses, which do have an important element of caring for the community, in addition to, of course, being viable in an economic way and protecting the environment. So in addition to direct non-refundable financial support exceeding $230,000 that was awarded up till now, continuously various types of trainings focused on developing of their business skill, marketing skills, etc., were provided, combined with mentorships and consultations. I would argue that one of the key elements of the success of our program in Serbia is also the fact that we have been able to create early partnerships with the business sector. And in that regard, I would specifically like to underline the role of the Erste Bank, that was our partner from the early stages of the program, and that invested not only in part financial support to the national awards, but more importantly, their expertise in preparing the participants for the regional competition and making sure that they receive ongoing mentorship in terms of business planning, in terms of presentation skills, in terms of marketing plans development, etc., etc. More lately, we have been joined the last 2 years with support from the Lidl and Denmark, which is also great because they're also 2 of the international or regionally present large companies that do invest a lot in development of local resources and local produce. So in that regard, we see this as a good opportunity also for our participants to get that kind of exposure. Also, media promotion is something which was really relevant. I would argue that one of the immediate effects of this program is the fact that this topic, the green economy, and not only because of this program, but to an extent because of this program, is something which is much more discussed and well known in the wider circles. Of course, it coincides with all the developments that were also discussed yesterday at the conference, and some of the international and national strategies for development of this type of activity, be it circular economy, economy, or achievement of the sustainable development goals, or simply the EU practices and policies that lead us closer to the full EU integration. So in that regard, I would dare say that we were one of the pioneers, and still keeping the pace, or at least keeping a public eye open to the needs of the local communities, and really, as I said, those underdogs, if I may call them in this way, simply the grassroots that are developing various business ideas, not only because they want to support their own sustainability, but because they care for their community, they want to create positive and lasting change, they want to use local resources and contribute to the protection of the environment. An important issue there to mention, for example, is that since we are constantly reviewing our selection criteria and the effects of our programs, since 2 years, has been the 3rd year, we have decided, unlike some other colleagues in the region, to discontinue our support to the individuals, because we have noticed that some of the individual entrepreneurs are very successful in developing business ideas, and to an extent are using local resources, but at least as far as our experiences went, they somehow kind of, because it's not an effort of people coming together, somehow the community element is to an extent lacking. And since this is very important for us, both as a foundation, as well as we see this community impact and social aspect of the program as one of the key strongholds of it, we decided that we don't support individual entrepreneurs anymore. And luckily, the programs keep opening up. So individual entrepreneurs definitely do have, I would say, even more room for support than was the case only a few years ago. To close, basically what remains some of the key needs of this group of people that you may see here, from Stevan from Subotica, who got the regional award for his worm farm back in 2013, to Zanateria, these 3 people with the computer that won the national award several years ago, and only last year, for example, they won the key, they were the first placed on in another competition that was organized by Soje, then OTP Bank now, as a generator. It's a support to the greatest young entrepreneurs. So they are very successful in developing their e-commerce business. To the City and Me application that was one of the regional winners last year, and down here in the last part of the slide, these 3 awarded with the checks are only from yesterday. So Women's Center Užice, guys that are producing recyclable office stationery from Palanka, and the guys that are developing the IT solution for local fundraising efforts to support the children that are, or the families of children that are undergoing cancer treatment. So we really look forward to this new cohort of the winners, and we hope that we would be able to support them in some of the issues that remain very needed, and those are the facts that they do need more support from other parts of the society, various various manners of or mechanisms for additional financial support, equipment and tools development, marketing placement, etc., etc. So we are, we can only do so much, but we do hope that now, and also part to this program, the ecosystem in Serbia, but also in the region, is more ready to support these great guys.
Thank you very much, Biljana. That was also a presentation by you, the work that Track Foundation has done until now on the Blockchain Ideas project. And I agree with you, the region has done, maybe we can say a lot about those things, but there need to be even more actions, especially related with the social entrepreneurship, IT support, and also other things that the future is holding for us. So thank you very much for this part. I had prepared some questions for you, but I believe you answered them during your presentation, and thank you very much for that. So now I will turn to Mrs. Konstantina Karuti from Partners Albania for Change Development. Thank you for being here and also for the great cooperation you offer to the Balkan Green Foundation implementing the Balkan Green Ideas project on the national part of Albania. Mrs. Karuti, I would like to start my discussion with you with the first question. How is the Green Ideas competition perceived in Albania until now?
Thank you, Spent, and thank you, Smart Collective, for giving us this opportunity to re-meet again, and I hope the other conference will be in person and the COVID pandemic situation has passed, because we missed this interaction, live interactions with each other. As you mentioned and Biljana mentioned, Partners Albania started the journey of Green Ideas in 2012. And it's with a lot of experience. I can say that the program is, we gain so much from this program and we grow with this program, even though we supported social enterprises. And as you mentioned, my speaking will be from the impact, because it's very important to see how our contributions and efforts have contributed to the local communities that startup serves. So I would like to start with green entrepreneurs themselves. What we perceive by them, they see Green Ideas not only as a program that they can gain a financial support, investment fund in terms of grant, but they also perceive it as a platform when they can validate their idea and how they can sell their idea, how empowered are them to make the investors to support them. So in this kind of regards, Green Ideas by startups that participated and are winners is a good start, especially those that are at conceptual phase. It's a good start to validate their ideas and how the market will behave towards their products or their services. From the point of view of beneficiaries, what I would like to say that Biljana mentioned, the program has three components: social integration. So we support integration and employment through this program, mostly for marginalized group or remote areas when they have this kind of challenges to be financially sustainable. But also we have the opportunity that through these Green Ideas, the local community benefit from the idea. And later I will show on infographics what we have assessed on our intervention from 2012 till now. From business perspective, because the program is a kind of program that involves many actors, and this is the power that the program has. From business perspective, I think that the novelty, especially most as partners, is the contribution not only of international institutions, donors institutions, but also contribution from local businesses. And this is the novelty of these competitions, which will bring donations, which bring cooperation, and not only on financial support, but even providing pro bono in order to enhance capacity, because Biljana mentioned some of the challenges that startup faced at the beginning. And so it's a good opportunity. And since 2012, we have benefited from this kind of cooperations. We are like a bridge that bring that match the demand and the offer from the other side. And we have achieved not only to award 3 winners, but 5 winners in the 2 lots. So it's a good opportunity to support green entrepreneurs at national level. And also we saw evidences that companies want they have this kind of positive competition among companies. Why that bank is contributing and my bank is not contributing? So in this kind of regards, green ideas match demand and offer that is important for the market. And from media perspective, because media is very crucial. At the beginning, we worked very much with media to cooperate with them in order to promote the green ideas. But now media is asking us to promote the green ideas them. So we do not reach any more media, media is reaching us. And this is a successful of this program. And many TV shows are conducted with winners and with potential applicants that we had in the competition, national competitions. And lastly, but not least, from the institution perspective, it is a recent development in Tirana. The municipality of Tirana just launched in 2021 a call for proposals called Green Ideas to support startups that are at initial phase. So even though it might match with and might be a confusion, we see it as a positive development, because our aim is to support startups, is to support social integration and economic development through ideas that are environmentally friendly. And in this kind of regards, we see as positive that the increase of funding is even provided by public institutions, not only by Partners Albania, apart from Partners Albania, about the green entrepreneurs. So these are much or less in terms of the impact, but I would like to share one infographic if you, okay.
Yes, please do it.
Okay. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes, we can see it now.
Yes, what we are provided, as you mentioned, when you prescribe the program, we provided training before and after the organization of the competitions, and up to now, not included 2021, because as in Serbia, Albania just finished the national competition where we are awarded 5 competitors that will be able to present their idea at the regional competition. But up to now, we have provided for 125 entrepreneurs training and coaching, mainly on business plan, marketing and promotion, and legal issues, because it's very important to support them even in legal initiative, what are the regulatory legal framework. And we have supported 26 social enterprises with around 165,000 euro. In fact, as Biljana mentioned, 5 times Albanian winners have been awarded at regional green ideas competition. So the ideas are innovative and can be cooperate and replicate within the region. And this is another impact that we can mention. It provides direct employment to 82 individuals, mainly youngsters and women, and people coming from marginalized groups. So the social impact is very important to highlight and to stress out in this intervention. And we have been able to support 10 regions, not only in Tirana, even though Tirana has much more applicants, but even in other areas which are in the north, south, center, in order to not be only focused on one geographical level, but even at the national level. And what we measure is the indirect impact that we have. So we measure directly through the support, but also we measured even what the impact does green ideas have at the local communities. So through these startups, we have supported 58 local farmers, which provide raw materials to the green entrepreneurs. We have supported around, because the ideas are in the field of recycling and upcycling, promotion of cultural heritage, domestic culinary, responsible tourism, agrotourism. So in this kind, we have promoted, even though we have supported local businesses, even though not directly, but indirectly. And 85 guest houses and bars and restaurants have benefited from the support, and around 9,000 almost visitors have been able to be at the geographical level, as I mentioned. So in this kind of regards, this competition is very important and has a direct impact at local communities.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Konstantina Peruti. And now I would like to turn to Mrs. Irina Janevska from Arno. Welcome, Mrs. Irina Janevska, and thank you very much. I would like to continue with you with the question, how has the Green Ideas competition influenced the green startups supporting in North Macedonia and in the regional well since its beginning, as you have been part of the project?
Thank you, Spet. Thank you, organizers, for having this conference, colleagues from the other foundations. It's really nice, especially when Spet did the intro presentation, to see how much this competition has grown. Next year, we have a decade. I need to share that I was also there from the beginning, maybe more in the background, because I was working in another foundation that was administrating this competition. But yeah, it's really nice to be there from the beginning and to see how it evolves and what we have now and where we are going. It's also interesting to mention that it didn't also involve only in the internal way, but also in the rebranding. It was called Philanthropy for Green Ideas, which is also interesting perspective in which way we can see the development of social and green entrepreneurship in our regional context. Does it start with money investments, or it starts with recognizing the need for engaging communities and opening up the pocket of donors, even though the sustainability is not the strongest dimension. So thank you once again, Spent and colleagues, for bringing these important aspects. To answer to your question, Spent, this Green Ideas competition influenced many things, not only the development of green startups at local level, but also at regional. I also need to share a private story, very personal story at the beginning, that Arno is existing. The creation of Arno was because of the Green Ideas competition. I used to work in another foundation which stopped operating, and then Arno was established. So the Green Ideas is really a part of our DNA, and it influenced not only the strategic areas in which we work, but also our personal lifestyles. We got connected so much to the topic that now everyone in the office is not only recycling and saying no to consumerism in the office, but also as part of our personal lives. And we are kind of competing to preach what we teach and to walk the talk. So yes, this is the first speaking about the influence of green ideas at personal level, at micro level, organizational level, then at social and institutional level. Green Ideas is important because it is having a tradition, and because it's influencing and impacting people that are, we say, with one hand, with one leg in the startup community, or maybe thinking about starting a social or green business by many things. The most important part for us in Arno is when we talk about Green Ideas competition, to talk about values. And at this point, I would like to share one slide because I'm very much fond of sharing visuals. This is it. I will make it full screen, just a second. So these are the key principles in which the competition is structured and the way we promote it. And I will say in short where we see the biggest impact by promoting these principles. The main thing is that, and I see that, and we have discussed this with the colleagues, is that we connect green entrepreneurship with social entrepreneurship. How do we connect it? We say that in the center of the business model are people, humans. It's not only that we are doing something for the planet, but we do also for the community. The business model is centered on social values. This is what is reflected through our outreach in efforts in our training programs. So we try to also invest not only in green budgeting, which is another key principle, but also in business modeling, where we see people in the center of the model, where we see social entrepreneurship being very practical, not only in decision making, but only in involving beneficiaries, not only clients and users. Why we do this? Because we, as you can see now, there is another visual comparing social and green entrepreneurship. I will not go fully in the definition, but I would just say that green entrepreneurship is a higher octave of the social economy, which means that we add values. For example, the impact the green ideas is having is that we have now a great momentum speaking about social entrepreneurship, but what we are really doing, we are advocating at the same time for social entrepreneurs to be aware about the environmental dimension of their business. Because this is the only way forward. We cannot do good for the communities if we pollute the environment. No matter, for example, social business is doing good, employing people that come from marginalized groups, for example, by selling last minute fruits, juices, meat in a single-use plastic. So there is no really a benefit, and we are really hard under this principle to not give the name and the belonging to the program to entrepreneurs that would just flirt with the concept, not even with social entrepreneurship. So I think that the greatest impact is in raising awareness, and I'll go back to the key principles, which is again overlapping with the key principles of using of local resources. And again, advocating for the local dimension, it's not only about promoting social entrepreneurship and green entrepreneurship as a way to solve problems in our local community, not for the starving kids in Africa, which is completely okay, but to start from the local needs at local and at regional level by using local resources. And this means that we do not allow imports of goods and services, or we allow now with the evolution of the competition up to some percentage that is acceptable. I think that the biggest impact is again raising awareness among people to mobilize local and use local resources. And this was very evident in the pandemic. Once the borders closed, we all relied on our local resources. Prices went up, so people needed to get creative to see how they can use local resources for local impact. Green budgeting, it's something that is self-explanatory, but to be very honest, since Arno started with the administration in 2015, we have seen and witnessed huge evolution in that. In 2015, we saw budget lines that were written perfectly, great narrative, great story, perfect projects, but in the budget we saw a budget line, we need to put gas at monthly level, we need to buy plastic for packaging and stuff. So we saw really great impact on people awareness and skills on green budgeting. Here, Konstantina mentioned something that is super important. It's not related to green budgeting, but it is related to local policies, national policies. The Green Ideas competition has strong impact on advocating and creating momentum for example, taking good success stories from other countries. We had a few times at regional level a situation when we see competitors turning to us organizers, the national foundations, and saying, hey, how come this is possible in Serbia and we don't have it in Macedonia? And I say, because they have a good local legislative that actually provides people to recycle without obtaining these licenses, and so on and so on. So I think the regional dimension of Green Ideas is also something that has strong impact at national level. And of course, the key principle is sustainability, which means that we are really trying to move from the nomenclature and the NGO grammar of projects, and we really like to invest in businesses. No matter if we call them green or social, they need to have long-term plan and financial projections. So this is the impact, and yes, what you see is something that goes in line with our deepest efforts in Macedonia to promote a green economy as the only future. This is Atija. She is the protagonist of the environmental documentary Honeyland. The documentary received 2 Oscar nominations in 2 categories, and we are super proud, and we really think that it's the big impact of Green Ideas competition is really promoting these small stories that come from each and every corner from our countries is a powerful way to transform the way we tell stories about our countries, but also to push people to think in this direction, not in the classical, let's say, more conservative and traditional way of speaking about doing business. This is something that at Balkan level can give us really wings, wind in our wings when we speak about the future of the economy of the region. Speaking about impact, we mentioned that for Arno, because we are, let's say, the smallest organization part of this consortium that implements the Green Ideas competition, We also work with young people, and we are super proud that at regional level we have 7 winners. So you see what's common for a cooperative for organic production, eco-magician, rice production, last-minute food platform, upcycling of furniture, recycling grape pommes, and mobile app for green points. These are all our regional winners. So the format is the same. Each year we organize trainings, media visibility. We invite people to apply. We select three winners and we nominate them for the regional competition. And this doesn't stop here. After they come back, we also continue with building and matching them with other donors. We have also people in the jury that recognize green ideas as a super important platform. And we are super proud to have also public institutions, other donors that are there in the jury, maybe not opening their pockets and budgets for providing big awards, but they're here to see who is presenting, to see the ideas of people, and to most preferably support them in their programs as a way of having a follow-up of their participation in the jury. The magic of social and green entrepreneurship is very magical. You can see an eco-magician which registered an enterprise that is dealing with edutainment, education through entertainment. He's using all recycled materials. So in terms of impact of green business, we really see impact on the local economy. Instead of ordering the equipment for his shows from AliExpress and farther away countries, he's using local resources to build the equipment, and not only equipment, but also clothes to be fully in line with the messages. So integration of social business, environmental values, market logic is something super important. And again, motivation building among people that even in our countries, the impact of green ideas is visible by, especially among people, I would say that they can really be empowered to think of registering a business by using all their creativity, no matter the, how to say, the very limiting conditions of having a green and social enterprise. So the show of Christian, the eco-magician, was sold out in 1 week. People were asking for extra ticket to Arno because they saw our logo. So it is possible to have market logic and to be successful as a green startup, no matter on how hard it is to arrange it and how hard it is to make products and services that are fully in line with environmental and social values. He also is a philanthropist, so we come back to the philanthropy starting point, why we do what we do, because we want to integrate people. At his show, we saw also Down syndrome, hip hop performance, and so on. This is our promotional material. Another, I will stop sharing now, so you can see, okay, I need to turn off also my background, so you can see the cards, the promotional cards. Okay, I cannot, I will put it here. These are cards which are made by a local designer. They have seeds inside and you can plant them. So Balkan Green Ideas also is here. And flower will grow. And the name of the flower is Mouse Rose, which is actually a symbolic because this is a flower which is pretty regional, and it's not only thriving in Macedonia, but also in the other countries. It doesn't require a lot of efforts and resources to grow. So the symbolic is for green businesses to flourish and to be beautiful, so they can make our society much more beautiful.
Thank you very much, Tina, for your presentation and for the great job you presented by Arno. As I said in the beginning, Arno means good in Macedonian, as I have learned from your website. So you really do a good job. Thank you very much. And to conclude this meeting, I turn to Mrs. Adela Ramic from Mosaic Foundation from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Welcome, Mrs. Adela.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for having me here. I can only agree and support everything that my colleague already said, but I want to share my presentation. Can you tell me, Spend, if you can see?
Yes, the presentation is being shown very good, and you can continue with your presentation of the Bosnian ideas in the aspect of the Bosnia and Herzegovina as you have managed. Thank you very much.
I didn't really heard your question.
I said the Bosnian idea presentation is being shown very good. So my questions are going to be related. How has the Green Ideas competition influenced your work as a Mosaic Foundation in supporting startups in your country and supporting new development and entrepreneurship skills. As you have also incubation centers in Mosaic Foundation, you work in different fields in this part. And how do you think this project has influenced the Western Balkan region since its inception? So in a way, correlating these two questions, how has this project influenced your work and also the Western Balkan region?
Okay, this that I will talk about, I will answer your question, but these slides are our timeline of our competition. We didn't choose our winners yet, but I will talk unrelated to the presentation. I hope that will not be confusing. We at Mosaic Foundation do not accept partnerships that doesn't fit into our strategy. Green Ideas competition fits perfectly in our strategy of supporting startups in our country and supporting youth developing entrepreneurship skills. We are, of course, very happy to be a part of Balkan Green Ideas project, and Startup Studio, which is just one of the programs of Mosaic Foundation, and I work as a business development analyst at the Startup Studio, is implementing Balkan Green Ideas contest in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I communicate every day with young entrepreneurs, and we of course talk about their business ideas, their plans, and about green ideas. I suppose Irina said already that, and I totally agree with that, that green ideas, if they are green businesses, they are still businesses. That means that the goal of green businesses, like any other business, is profit to entrepreneur and wages for the workers, but not profit at any cost, profit on a sustainable way, and in the way that will not damage the future of our planet and our future. By providing mentoring and support, I will just change this slide. By providing mentoring and support to applicants who are interested in green ideas and green businesses, we at Startup Studio also learn a lot. We always strive to realize, to get in function these business ideas, the best ideas that come to our contest, Balkan Green contest. We had some big achievements in previous Balkan Green Ideas contest, thanks to our investment and our mentorship. After Balkan Green Ideas, we founded some businesses, green businesses, like Soul Heat Ltd, that it was a company engaged in production of solar air heaters. And this is one of the winning ideas from BGI from, I suppose, 2019. The young entrepreneur is Salko Žičanin. Also, Kesa Ltd is a company that converts used plastic packaging into various useful products. The young entrepreneur is Naida Panjic. And this year, we in Mosaic Foundation will also do our best to turn all three winning ideas of our national competition to sustainable businesses. I'm not sure that I know what another question is. Okay, how this project influenced in the region? This project had a great impact on Western Balkans region since its inception on the few levels. This project connected organizations and people with one extremely important purpose, such as protection of our environment and our planet. And this project has already provided significant financial support to green businesses, but even more important is mentoring that these Balkan Green Ideas provided. This is a program that motivates us, program partners, and young entrepreneurs also to compete, to think in about green ideas, to think in that green sustainable way, and to be aware of how urgent is to do business and live in harmony with nature. I will also emphasize the importance of this publication, Roadmap of Green Entrepreneurship Ecosystem in Western Balkans, that is published in March this year. I think it's very useful, and as far as I know, the first of its kind in this region. I personally think that we once a year have to, I think that my colleagues that already said that, it's really, when you are the last person to talk, it's really hard to say something new. I think that once a year we should have some indicators and we should measure the progress of green economy in Western Balkans. And the 6 Western Balkans countries are facing severe problems in energy transition, climate change, and environmental protection. And the energy transition in Bosnia and Herzegovina is mainly related to giving up coal energy and turning to solar and wind energy. And as I already mentioned, some of those green ideas are related to the green energies. And I think that we need to ask our national authorities to implement economic reforms that will ultimately turn all businesses into green businesses, because I personally believe that majority, maybe it's not possible to all businesses to be green businesses, but majority of them should be green businesses. And to conclude, I believe that positive impact of this project is significant, and that this project of course needs to grow and develop, and we are looking forward to participate in this project in next decade. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is Adela Aramis. And also I want to thank everyone for being part of this. Do you have anything else to say, Adela? As I have seen you're changing the slides.
Because I didn't manage to present all those slides. I just want to emphasize that our goal of Mosaic Foundation is that by the end of 2026, we want to have 500 socially responsible businesses. And I personally hope that maybe 80% of those businesses, that's not some KPI that I have, but I will like that to be the case, will be green businesses. And I will just stop sharing.
Okay, thank you very much, Mrs. Adela. Thank you very much for the other panelists of today's discussion. The Balkan Green Ideas is a project that only us together can implement and create the impact that has been implemented since 2020, when it started as the name Country for Green Ideas, and now the Balkan Green Ideas, as creating a different region for the youth and also for the future that is coming. So I want to thank also the Smart Collective for gathering us here today and discussing the Balkan Green Ideas project and the results in different countries as presented here, but also in the region as shown by each of the panelists and me. And I hope we can meet again, as said by Mrs. Konstantina Karuti, maybe next year in person, because maybe this pandemic is going to end. Thank you very much and see you soon.